Stop feeling guilty of where you are. Roll it. Welcome back to another video where we have been exploring guilt and what a wonderful feeling it is, isn't it? Today we're talking about this guilt when we know we should be somewhere, we're not all the way there, and we start feeling guilty of the things we should have been doing in order to be where we should be in our mind. In yesterday's video, we talked about procrastination and how that leads to guilt and then leads to failure. If this is your first time here and you haven't seen it yet, I suggest I'll link it up here. Stop right now, go watch that and come back to this video as it will help with the understanding behind everything. Of course, don't forget to subscribe. In order to progress and to grow or to find this so-called self-growth, well, we need to really put guilt away. We need to really, first off, hug it, give it a big squeeze, then understand where it's coming from, and then tell it to, take a step out of the way because you got things to do. When we are working towards a big goal, when we're working to that purpose, that mission we have in life, when we're working towards that greatness we know we have inside of us, there is always something that will pop in the way to delay our opportunity to see success. From a perspective of people in our lives, friends, family, significant others, work people, the people you work with in your regular job while trying to do your other stuff, they all play a factor. There's always something going on that will affect how your mentality is moving towards that goal. Most of the time it should be positive, however, a lot of the time we spend it in a negative realm. Now this is caused primarily because of people getting involved in your ideas and then trying to either A, help, or B, because of some form of selfishness, jealousy, etc., they tend to try to bring you down. They don't really want you to succeed, even if it's on a subconscious level that they're doing it on. Other times it's things that you have to do in your life, and those things take priority, and because of that you fall behind, and because you fall behind, this guilt starts popping up and you need to get working. Some things, however, are things that you think you need, things that you require in order to progress, and you stop working until you get what it is that you want in order to proceed. These might be the tool sets you need. I know people who haven't started their social media with video because they're like, I don't have the money for the camera gear. Well, guess what? You don't have to spend all the money that I've spent and other people have spent. You can just shoot on your phone. When I started making the videos, it was with my laptop and a good mic that I spent $100 on. I mean, for $100, you're off to the races. The last one I'm going to cover, because there's way more, is your own mindset. It's that ability to put yourself into gear. And that mindset is something that we really have to look at in order to find success. Examples of this is, vacation. Do you need to work or do you need to vacation? Do you have things to do or do you want to take time off? Do you have things to do or do you want to, watch Netflix for 3 hours and then after go, I haven't done anything with my time? This is all mindset stuff, and you're procrastinating because you believe that you deserve it on some level. Now it could be any other one thing, but usually when I talk to people, they come to the idea behind I deserve it or I get down on myself and that's my go-to. Becomes that excuse, really. I have people who tell me you need a vacation, and the reality is I'm starting another business and I'm running non-stop. How am I to go on vacation when I need to do the things I need to do in order to see that succeed? I can take a vacation anytime I want, but I want to see that success. I don't want to lose my momentum. It's like in high gear. Why would I stop for the vacation? Now I have a choice. Do I do the vacation that I really want? Do I listen to other people who keep telling me I should take a vacation? Or do I do the things that I really need to do right now? Fact is, I know I will feel extremely guilty during that vacation. I know that when I come back, I will feel extremely guilty for not doing the work and staying behind to do this. I know how I will feel after because I've felt it before, and I've put that into my good old memory bank, And I know that feeling when it pops up, that it will make it even harder to go back to achieve the things I need to be achieving. When we look at where we are in life, we need to really ask ourselves, is it where we want to be? How close is it to where we want to be? And what are we doing to get to where we want to be? In the example of the vacation, yes, I still take time off. Yes, I still go and do the things I need to be doing. And yes, I still work during those times on the things I have to work on. For me, work is not work. For me, it's something I really love to do. And yes, I love to bring all my stuff with me. And when I need to sit down and work on something, I'll work on it. Now, how do we stop this guilt feeling? How do we stop this from entering our realm? Because at the end of the day, where we want to be is a momentary structure. It's at that moment, whatever our narrative is speaking to us. Carrying on, once we see where we want to be and we know we're not there, ask ourselves, in this moment, where are we? Am I on the path or am I derailed? Am I heading in the right direction? This is the first thing that has to really come into play. You're never going to be at that moment that you want to be overnight. It doesn't matter what you're doing, you'll never be there overnight unless you really luck out and everything just flies within, a week, 2 weeks, a month. You're never going to be there. Think of it kind of like when you want to lose weight, you want to drop 25 pounds. You're not going to do it overnight. It has to be each and every day that you go and do the little things like your diet and your workouts to make sure you get to that 25 pounds. The question then becomes, all right, am I on that path? Yes. How aligned am I to that path? Am I doing the little things that I need to be doing in order to get to where I have to be? If you are, then look at all the habits that you're really doing well. If you're not, well, then let's look at the habits you're not getting help from. Ask yourself, where is this guilt really coming from? Is it from this procrastination? Is it from some kind of a jealousy thing? Is it from some kind of envy? What is it coming from? Where is this emotion coming from? Then compare that to where you are on your actual path. A lot of people will talk to me and be like, well, my business isn't taking off. And they're all feeling guilty. They're not doing enough, or they're feeling guilty. They're doing way too much and it's not getting to where it's supposed to be. There's all these different things. And really, it comes down to, who are you comparing yourself to? If you're on your path, you shouldn't have to compare yourself to anybody. Now look at all your bad habits and let's ask ourselves, which ones can we clean up? Because once we start cleaning up some of the bad habits, this guilt will decrease. And what we're going to do instead is implement a new structured, planned approach, similar to the video that I talked about yesterday, where we're going to look at this whole procrastination. We're going to look at these emotions of this guilt. Ask yourselves, when is this guilt coming in? And is it specifically around those bad habits? And let's tweak those moments and implement the good habits instead of those pesky bad habits that are stopping us from achieving. This will take 3 months to really get a hold of things. It's not going to be overnight. You need at least a month to really monitor yourself. Then you need another month to start implementing. And then you need another month of doing every day. Now, some people will be able to figure it out in a week. And, in a week, in another week, they'll have more on how to fix it and implementing, and then 3, 4, 5 weeks they start actually doing. So yes, it's the time we can't really compare it. And again, this comes down to that comparison of other people. In this process, you will find growth. This is a given. And what will happen is you'll be able to talk to certain people you really trust about what you're doing, how you're doing it, and get the external idea of what they see in order to really tweak yourself. So an example of this would be when somebody's looking at you, say you're on a diet and you're trying to lose weight and you're working out, and they're seeing you and you really want a total, body fix-up, but you're not spending enough time on your midsection, and maybe they will bring the idea to implement more of the midsection workout so you can really get a more fine-toned body. And these are the people you would trust, who are not going to sit there and go, yeah, you look great, don't worry, you should stop, like, you're doing too much, you're getting too big muscles, it's not going to look good, stuff like that. You get my point. Lastly, give this a try, and give it a try when you are ready. Do not just execute without trying. And what I mean by that is, a lot of people will start this journey of making these changes, and then they realize their shortcomings are too big and they stop, and then the loop continues. You want to do it when you are ready and when you really know you're ready, and it's all different for everybody. It's really that time when you want to change, because at the end of the day, how you feel about yourself and what you want to do is all up to you. And the failure mentality through the guilt that you're going to be facing will pile up, and doing something like this will get you really thinking in a more negative way if you're not ready, because you're going to start implementing new things and then you're not going to be achieving them, so that failure will compound. The goal here is to be, hey, I'm going to go do this and I'm ready and I'm just going to go for it. Now, when will the guilt leave? Well, as before, if you're not ready, your guilt will grow because you're not going to be achieving. But if you're ready and you get moving on this, your guilt will automatically decrease as you start seeing the evidence of the patterns existing. And as you start implementing new habits, your guilt will go down. You won't be worried about where you are specifically on a big scale, but rather on making sure you're on the right path. And knowing you're on the right path will help that guilt away. Because what will happen is that you're actually in that mental state where you know you are in the right path. The guilt trip will come and you will say, hey, I'm doing this. I know I'm on the right path. I don't need to worry about anything. My name is Nikos Rentas. This is mentorsapproach.com. Hit a like, and of course, hit a subscribe if this is your first time here. Don't forget to ring the bell so that you get those notifications whenever a new video pops up, so that you can get your mindset moving in the right direction.
Snow again.